You are now listening to the Q&E podcast.
Is this what you want? Huh? Is this what you want? Well, come and get it, goddammit!
What's up, everybody? You're listening to the Q&E podcast. You're here with your boy Q Hicks right now. I got Eggert on the other line. Eggert, tell the people what's good.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Q&E podcast. We got a lot to talk about today, man. March Madness with all these upsets. NBA trade line about to end tomorrow. What else? A lot of cheating going on with a lot of stars. It's a lot going on, man. It's a lot going on.
It's funny, bro, because I was just listening to was it SWV or it was an Escape song, bro, and it was My Little Secret. And the one line in the song say, everybody cheats. It just got to know how. And it really looks like everybody is cheating out here in these streets, dog. Unfortunately, bro. Niggas is not out here being faithful. But if this is the Q&E podcast, if this is your first time listening, we do have 5 segments. We have our sports segment, 2 Hour Wednesday, social media wants to know, entertainment, and Pass the Aux. So definitely stick around for this whole session. We're leading y'all up until snowfall, so definitely stick with us until snowfall. Come on, bro. We all trying to get out in time for that. But let's talk about the year of the upset with March Madness. Everybody is going down, bro. Not a 3 of the number ones are actually still in it. But the other favorites, like the Texas was knocked out, some Virginia was knocked out. Oh my God. Abilene Christian, Oral Roberts made great runs for their school, bro. It's just a whole lot going on, a whole lot of upsets, bro. What was your first reaction to what happened this weekend?
Bro, I've never heard of Oral Roberts. Like, I just heard about Colgate 2 years ago, and they almost beat what you call it? Arkansas. It was Tennessee they had played.
Oh, it was Tennessee a couple of years ago. It was Arkansas this year.
Yeah, I'm about to say they almost beat Arkansas this year, and I just found out about them 2 years ago. And then you got Oral Roberts. Never heard of them until this year. Man, did not expect them to beat Ohio State. That was crazy. I don't know. It's just a year of the upsets. I love it though. I love the fact that you got all this talent coming from these no-name schools, because it's really proving that you don't have to be from a big-name school to prove you're a hooper. Like, if you could hoop, you could hoop. It don't matter where you go to school at. And a lot of these big-name players at these big-name schools, they realizing that you can't downsize this competition just because it's not the biggest name school in your area, you know. So just because they ain't ranked top 25 don't mean they can't put you on 25. So
exactly. And me and Edgar was talking about that earlier, how everybody is skilled nowadays, bro. Everybody got a trainer. Everybody has the same moves. We all watch the NBA. We all know where we get our moves from. So everybody is skilled. But when you are a 5-star, 4-star, 3-star, that really just means at this point that you get more recognition than somebody who's not ranked or a 1-star, who's probably just as skilled as you, but isn't getting the same recognition like he should. He probably is from a small town or something along those lines where he's just not getting the recognition. But look, we see right now in the times like this, when y'all on a level playing field, when it's just mano y mano, who really is the best player on the team? And we seeing some of these smaller name players, bro, are really stepping up to the plate, bro. Like the Max A. Smiths from Oral Roberts, the other dude on his team, Kevin O'Banner. Everybody's stepping up on that team. You got Jason Preston from Ohio. You got talent everywhere now, bro. You just can't look at the big schools and just find talent. It's talent everywhere. Mid-majors, big schools. And it's funny because me and Edgar were just having this conversation as well about if these mid-major schools should be able to switch conferences. Because that's something that I've been wondering too, like about a Gonzaga. Like, why is Gonzaga still playing in the West Coast Conference? I feel like if you are elite in your conference for a certain amount of time, you should be able to switch to like a bigger conference like the Pac-12, since Gonzaga is already on the West Coast. So if somebody like an Oral Roberts continues to succeed, maybe we can see them move on to the Big 12. I would like to see that in future years, the mid-majors getting a better competition and something more to their elite status that they're keep growing year by year with the NCAA tournament. So how do you feel about that?
I totally agree. I feel like you should get granted the opportunity to move to the next biggest conference because, like I said, these schools are starting to get exposure now because of the upsets that they're pulling off. You know, nobody expected Oral Roberts to even make it past the round of 64 if you ask most people, because most people don't even know this school. Granted, they had the leading scorer in the nation, but it's still Oral Roberts. Like, most of us have never heard of the school. If we have heard of it, we're like, round of 64, I don't see it. If they get to Ohio State, I definitely don't see it. And now look where they are now, Sweet 16 bound, So it's just, I feel like it's a great opportunity for these schools to make a name for themselves. And even if the first year or two they don't snap in the next biggest conference, just keep them there. Just give it time, because you got to give it time for players and recruits to be like, hey, they're a part of this conference now. We're going to have a good chance to play there just as much as we are if we play at Kansas or somewhere like that. So I love it. I feel like they should definitely do that in the near future.
Exactly, because we seeing the same thing with Wichita State. Wichita State had a good run in like the Missouri Valley Conference for a certain amount of time. Then they ended up going up to the American, and they're still doing good at the American. So it could be an easy transition for some. For other schools, it's going to be a definite big transition, especially for a school like Oral Roberts. But you can get accustomed to it. Recruits will come through and realize the talent and the coaching, because that's another thing. The coaches of these mid-majors are actually getting the recognition that they deserve. Like the dude from Abilene Christian. Nobody knew who dude was, but he out here beating Texas. Dude from Oral Roberts, from Loyola Chicago. Everybody, when it's 11th playing field, everybody gets the recognition that they really have deserved for the whole year, but you just get it around this time of the year. And I really think a change in conference can really elevate some people's level, and I would really like to see that. But let's move forward with our predictions for what's going to happen moving forward in the Sweet 16 and beyond, bro. So in the West Conference, we have Gonzaga and Creighton, and we got USC and Oregon. Who do you have coming out of the West?
I got Gonzaga going up against USC, and then I'll have Gonzaga going to the Final Four out the West.
All right, and I also have Gonzaga and I'm gonna go with Oregon. Oregon is a real saucy pick for me. They've been looking good. They're healthy. I'm gonna rock out with Oregon, but I have Gonzaga winning that bracket though. And the South, we have Baylor and Villanova, and Arkansas versus Oral Roberts. Who do you have coming out of the South?
I got Baylor winning against Villanova, and I got Arkansas beating Oral Roberts, and then I got Baylor making it to the Final Four out the South.
Completely agree with that. Ooh, it's funny, bro, because I really think Oral Roberts can make another run to beat Arkansas. Arkansas is a very talented team. Arkansas is a very talented team. Bro.
I don't know.
Well, you could have said the same thing about Ohio State and how talented they were, bro. I don't know. They beat the Gators, so Oral Roberts really hit me in the heart on Sunday. But I think they're really that talented. They have shooters everywhere. You have one of the best scorers in the nation, and you have a sidekick in O'Banner. I think they have the pieces to pull off another upset. I don't think it will be done in the Sweet 16 for Oral Roberts, man. I really don't.
If they get to the Final Four, that's going to be the lowest seed we have ever seen get to the Final Four. Like that's crazy, because they're the 15th seed. That's beyond crazy. I don't think I've ever seen anything close to that.
Because I think they said they were the second 15th seed to make it to the Sweet 16 behind Florida Gulf Coast when Gulf Coast was going crazy with all the Dunk City and all that shit. They said they're the second one, though. So, yeah, Oral Roberts, man, I would not count them niggas out, though. In the East bracket, we got Michigan, Florida State, UCLA, and Alabama. Who you got out of the East?
I got Michigan beating Florida State, and I got Alabama beating UCLA. And then I had a lot of faith in Michigan this year, but I love what I'm seeing from Alabama. So I have Alabama beating Michigan to make it to the Final Four out the East.
I have Florida State beating Michigan. I'm honestly surprised Michigan made it this far with Isaiah Livers being out, but I got Florida State beating them, and I got Alabama beating UCLA, and I got Alabama making it to the Final Four. Crazy that they made it this far. The Midwest, we have Loyola Chicago, Oregon State, and Syracuse versus Houston.
I got Loyola Chicago beating Oregon State, and I got Houston beating Syracuse, and then I got Houston making it to the Final Four out of the Midwest. So my Final Four prediction would be Gonzaga, Alabama, Baylor, and who did I just say? Houston.
I have Syracuse beating Houston. It's funny because Houston really should have lost to Rutgers, bro. I was rooting so hard for Rutgers. I fuck with Rutgers so heavy, but they ended up blowing the game. But I still got Syracuse. I like what I've been seeing from Syracuse in their zone. And I got Loyola Chicago beating Oregon State. And I have Loyola Chicago getting all the way to the Final Four, man. Wouldn't be surprised. I think they were there a few years ago anyway, so they have that type of experience too. So, yeah, I definitely got them making it all the way to the Final Four. And who do you have winning? Because my champion already lost. I had Illinois last week, but them niggas blew it.
My championship still could pull through. I got Gonzaga and Baylor in my championship, and I got this bracket. I have Gonzaga winning 71-67. My 2 brackets with Baylor winning, those brackets are finished. They're all the way done.
Hey, my brackets was like in the 60 percentile, bro. My brackets, bro. I had Texas going to the Final Four. I had Ohio State going to the Final Four, and I had Illinois making it to the Final Four, bro. All them niggas faltered. That shit is tragic. Definitely tragic.
This bracket is still at 81%. So hopefully it pulls through a little bit. I'll probably finish. If it goes the way I think it's going to go, I'll probably finish at like 93, 94%.
Are they still putting money up? If you have a perfect bracket, you can get a certain amount of money, like $1 million. Are they still doing that?
Yeah, but nobody had a perfect bracket this year. Everybody bracket on fail.
I know, because they keep putting the money up though. It's like you might as well just stop putting the money up. Like niggas is not getting a perfect bracket, bro. Niggas is not getting a perfect bracket. I could never see that happening, bro. It's too much bullshit. Like what happened this year. Too many upsets.
But I think they let you like after the round of 64 and the round of 32, I think they let you make another bracket from the Sweet 16 on.
Oh yeah, but you ain't getting no money for that though. You ain't getting no money.
No, you ain't getting no money for that. No. But I feel like since there are no more perfect brackets out there, I feel like you should go ahead and give money from the Sweet 16 on, because I feel like if there's nobody to give money to for
it's
the
more
entire
predictable
thing,
though, bro. The odds can be, and it's easier to pick at that point.
That's
at
true.
64,
that's
bro,
true.
it's difficult. It's like I'm not gonna give you $1 million for picking the right, you know what I'm saying, 8 games or whatever. I ain't giving you.
I feel you.
That jump would have been crazy. All right. And I think I'm gonna roll out with Gonzaga. I got Gonzaga and Baylor, and I'm gonna roll out with Gonzaga. Oh man. I'm really considering like I'm gonna just stick with Gonzaga, bro.
I really want Baylor to win. It's just my bracket.
Me too. That's why I'm
My
like,
bracket
I don't
just
want
says
them to win,
Gonzaga.
but I feel like they're going to win. I feel like Gonzaga's gonna pull it out.
I want
That's a
Baylor to
tough
win.
win.
I just have Gonzaga winning. So
That's tough, bro. Gonzaga been the best team all year, but man, I don't want them to win. Truly. But let's move on to the NBA trade deadline, bro. Like you said, trade deadline is tomorrow, the 25th, and it's dry as fuck once again. We hype up the trade deadline every year just to get some bullshit like we getting today. I thought we was gonna get some trades happening, some type of movement. It's because what the deadline is 3 p.m. tomorrow. It's at 3 p.m. So I'm like,
3
damn,
p.m.
some
Eastern
moves,
time.
yeah, the moves should start going right now. Still no moves, a whole lot of rumors. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the bullshit, bro.
Hey,
But
I ain't
who
gonna
do
lie
you-
though. It's still early. I feel like probably around like 11, 12 tonight, maybe 1 in the morning, we'll probably start seeing some crazy trades
But
going on.
what's taking niggas so long? Because I know Kyle Lowry will be getting traded. I know Lowry's getting traded. I know Aaron Gordon is getting traded tomorrow. I'm hearing that he could go to the Celtics. Who else? Oladipo. Heard Oladipo's name. But I'm just like, what's taking so long to make a deal work? I don't understand it. But let's roll through a few names, bro. Like the Kyle Lowrys. And where do you think their best landing spots are?
I said the other day, I feel like Kyle Lowry's best destination is the Los Angeles Clippers. We all know the Clippers need a point right now. I feel like Kyle Lowry can definitely spread the floor well enough to allow Kawhi and PG to still play their games. And Lowry knows how to still get his points while being a facilitator. So I feel like that can work very well. And then you have him, Pat Bev, come off the bench just to keep that strong defensive presence when Lowry isn't in the game. So I feel like Kyle Lowry's best destination is LA.
I'm hearing a whole lot of rumors of not Pat Bev, but Kyle Lowry to the Heat. I'm hearing that they want Hero though. And they don't want to give up Hero. For Kyle Lowry, I agree. I agree that you should not give up Hero for Kyle Lowry. But in a lot of other trades, bro, I think I'm cool with letting Hero go. But I think the Heat would be – that's a good one, bro. And I put that for 2 Hour Wednesday. Would the Heat be the biggest threat to the Nets if they were to get a Kyle Lowry? How do you feel about that?
Are they the biggest threat?
Got the 76ers, the Bucks.
I would probably say yeah. To be honest, I would say yeah. If you get Kyle Lowry, Jimmy Butler, Bam, and then you still got even if you were to trade, let's say you did trade Hero, you still got coming off the bench. White boy last name start with a D. Can't think of it right now. Who else you got?
Oh, Duncan Robinson.
Robinson.
No, he gonna get traded too. I heard that they're not trying to trade.
Oh, he part
Hero.
of the trade.
Yeah, he gonna be a part of the trade. But I'm hearing that they trying to keep Hero, but Robinson gonna be a part of the trade. I heard Nunn and Achua. All three of them gonna be in the trade. I'm pretty sure like a first round pick, something like that. I think.
Okay, yeah. See, I disagree. Then I don't think that he's the biggest trade. That's way too much you're giving up for Kyle Lowry. Way too much.
No, I don't think that's too much. Giving up who? You giving up Robinson, but they're both free agents after the year. That's free agents after the year. That's
a lot of depth that you're giving up for Kyle Lowry. So yeah, you'll get Lowry, but your bench is gonna suffer a little bit for that. And I feel like with Brooklyn, you need as much firepower coming off the bench as possible because KD, Harden, and Kyrie, two of them are going to be on the floor at all times. You may not get all three all at the same time, but two of them are going to be on the floor at all times.
We straight on defense, bro. But when you think about the team, it would be Lowry at the 1. Would Jimmy be at the 2?
Yeah,
Jimmy could be at the 2. Adebayo at the center position. They still weak at the 4, though. That's what I don't like. That's why I'm hoping LaMarcus Aldridge comes to them if he when he gets bought out. And damn, who else would start?
Oh, well, don't Hero start?
Hero don't start. And none would be traded. I don't even know who would be that starting lineup after that trade.
Well, Hero would have to start low.
Hero would have to start at the 2.
Yeah.
Hero would have to start at the 2 then. That's fine, because you still got Dragic off the bench. And I'm cool with that. Dragic can still carry a bench. So I'm cool with that. But I feel like they really need LaMarcus Aldridge more than any other team. LaMarcus Aldridge needs to come to the Heat, dog. Like he can go to the Lakers and try to win a ship, and he can go to the Nets and just get carried to a ship. But he's really needed. He's really needed with the Miami Heat, bro.
Just get carried,
bro. At this point, and I really feel like the Nets are about to get Andre Drummond. And when they get Andre Drummond, this shit about to be a wrap. Like once they have a nigga that can block shots for real, if they get a nigga that can block shots for real, this shit is a wrap. This shit is a wrap, dog. This shit get on my nerves, dog. I thought that he had a chance coming into the season.
It's not even gonna be fun because it's like
it's not. It's gonna feel like the Golden State. It's gonna kind of feel like Golden State a little bit. Kind of feel like Golden State, but I think they would have more challengers in their way than what Golden State did. I think they would have more challengers in their way. Somebody that can actually put up a threat.
I can't even fully say that though because
I think the Sixers are gonna give them a good fight, bro. I think the Sixers are gonna give them a good fight.
But I'm saying in a sense compared to that Warriors team, I feel like the Warriors did have a good amount of competition that they had to go through. It's
the Rockets that was it. The Rockets
they were just still, bro. I feel like even the first and second round that they were in before they got to the conference finals, I still feel like it was just that team was just different, bro. I feel no matter who was in their way, it was gonna look easy. I swear it was really gonna look easy.
No, I can't say that, bro. Because like I said, when Harden and CP3 were healthy that one series, we always bring the series up to 2017. They were going to lose, bro. They were going to lose. So I can't say. I think the other series were basically cakewalks. They weren't really paying attention. But when they played Houston, bro, they had to raise it up to another level. So I think that was the only real challenge for them. Everybody else, I think the Clippers had pushed them to 6 that one year, but I think they were really sleepwalking through that series. But it was really just the Rockets to me. I think this team will have more challenges. I think you could say the Heat gonna give them a run. The Heat gonna get 2 games out of the Nets, especially if they get Lowry. They're gonna get at least 2 games. And I think the Sixers are gonna get at least. The Sixers could push them to 7 because of Embiid. If Embiid is healthy, and if he can really pound down low, I think they can push them to 7 games, bro. I really do, because defensively, and they have the offensive pieces as well. I think those 2 teams can really give them a run for their money. Everybody else is dead water to me. Dead water. Who else is in the trade deadline, bro? Aaron Gordon. Where do you feel like he would end up?
Aaron Gordon. Ugh. What did I say Aaron Gordon should go? Ooh, I said his name the other day. What did I say Aaron Gordon should go?
Aaron Gordon needs to go to the Portland Trailblazers. That's exactly where he needs to go.
I remember you said
they desperately need him over there. They definitely need him.
Wow, who did I say Aaron Gordon should go to? We gotta come back to Gordon because I definitely did say a team for him, but I don't remember right now. I don't like Boston. I remember you said Boston. I don't like Boston. Yeah. That just doesn't.
Oh no, I don't like Boston. But that's what I'm hearing. He's most likely going to go to because I heard that Smart could be in a deal, and it could be Smart and a couple of first round picks, and that can get the deal done. But I like the Portland because I think he can have like a Draymond Green type of role with that team. And I think if you get somebody like him who can run an offense, I think Dame and CJ can play more off ball, which is what they need to play if they want to move forward in the playoffs. We've seen it for the past couple of years now. When you can lock in on Dame in the playoffs, we've seen it with the Lakers series last year. When you can lock in on Dame, Dame is pretty much neutralized in the playoffs. He needs to play off ball more. I think if you get somebody like Aaron Gordon, he can play a Draymond Green role, and it will help them. And defensively, he's an athletic freak.
New York, the Knicks. That's what I said. I said the Knicks for Aaron Gordon.
That's why it took so long. Nigga said the Knicks.
Exactly. But because the thing with Gordon was, I was like, could Gordon really end up on a contending team right now? Like, other than Portland, like what other contending team could you like really just see him going to at the moment? And there's not too many that come to my head right now. So I'm thinking, hey, put him on a young, fresh team that has a lot of promise right now, which the Knicks have, and you could be that vet player with talent that can help lead the way. So I feel like New York would probably be a good destination. And New York, even though they'll probably have to give multiple pieces to get him, it ain't really gonna hurt nothing because they got a shitload of talent. So
speaking of New York, I think New York is a good fit for the next person we're going to talk about, Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball is definitely going to get traded tomorrow as well. He's sitting out tonight, and that most likely means he's going to get traded. What do you think Lonzo Ball's best spot is?
I low-key don't want Lonzo to get traded. I feel like his fit I feel like his fit in New Orleans is just right. You know, the way he and Zion play together. And then it's crazy. Brandon Ingram can still get his own and still play his own type of game with Lonzo and Zion having their duo that they have. So I just love that trio they got there. I just feel like Van Gundy has to do a better job of coaching. That I feel like that's the only thing. You said that a couple of weeks ago too, how you just didn't like the way he had to move and so sluggish.
That was a month ago. Oh yeah, that was months ago.
that was I thought you said that like last month too, like a couple of weeks ago.
I probably did. I probably said it repeatedly. Yeah.
But I feel like New Orleans is definitely the best place for Lonzo to stay.
I feel that same way, but since LeVar came out and said what he said last week, saying Lonzo don't like playing there, it's just like they feel some type of way after that. And I think Lonzo will be getting traded, even though I don't want to see him traded because I like both him and Zion. But I think the Clippers, I've said before, if he goes to the Clippers, I think he gets the Clippers right on track to what they need to be. They need a point guard, in desperate need of a point guard. And I think he can push them to the finals, especially with all these injuries that we're seeing in the West right now. This is the time for the Clippers to take advantage. They're healthy, but they're just so inconsistent, bro. And they just feel so stale. So I think if you bring in some more energy, somebody like Alonzo Ball, somebody who can get everybody in order, and Kawhi and PG don't have to play make as much, I think that's something that's good for the Clippers, and I think they can potentially get to the finals if they get him. But like I said, he's also hearing him in talks with the Bulls, hearing him in talks with the Knicks. Like Lonzo Ball is a really tradable asset at this point. And who was my other name that I want to talk about? Was that it? Oh, Victor Oladipo is the last one. Oladipo.
Yeah, Oladipo. Ooh, who did I say Oladipo should go to? Oladipo. Damn, where did I say Oladipo should go to?
Oladipo. I don't know where I like Oladipo the most, though, bro.
I really don't. Wow.
I like Oladipo to the Pacers again, honestly. I think Oladipo is a good fit with the Pacers again. Go back to the Pacers.
Where will Oladipo go?
Oladipo to the Hawks? I like Oladipo to the Hawks. Be that combo guard next to Trey. I like him with the Hawks.
Oladipo. Let me see. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, I like Oladipo with the Hawks.
Denver?
Oladipo could be solid in Denver. He could be solid in Denver.
Yeah.
He could probably push them somewhere in Denver, bro. He probably could. That's a good fit.
Have a trade including MPJ. Maybe
I won't do it now. Nah, I'll just stop. If you saying MPJ, then no. If you say Bobo, you throw Bobo in there, Gary Harris.
Bobo would be the second player I throw in. I feel like for Oladipo, you're definitely asking for MPJ though. I'm not saying they would give him.
I'm
but
not giving him up.
I'm saying if you're the Rockets, you're definitely asking for MPJ.
Oh yeah,
or
the Rockets. I mean, but the Rockets turned down Ben Simmons, so I don't really give a fuck what the Rockets. they make dumbass decisions anyway, so I really don't give a fuck what the Rockets talk about. If they asking for a player, I don't want him to go there. Niggas decline Ben Simmons. That shit still bugs me to this day. But yeah, I like him to the Hawks though. Really like him to the Hawks. All right, bro. Let's move on to some injury update news. You already know LeBron James, Mr. Never Get Hurt, Mr. Healthy Health, is hurt. Ankle injury, out for 6 to 8 weeks. They said it could be a little less, could be 4 weeks. But where do you see the Lakers going from here without LeBron and without AD?
I feel the Lakers, they'll fall somewhere around the 5th or 7th spot. Worst case scenario, they'll be the 7th seed and they'll have to fight for a play-in spot. But I don't see them falling any lower than that. I don't see them missing the playoffs or anything like that. I feel like this team can hold this on through the last little bit of the season, especially because I feel like AD might come back while LeBron is out now. AD been out this whole time that LeBron been playing, and now LeBron is finally hurt. Hopefully AD comes back sooner than expected because he's been out a long time now. And I feel like a lot of people are starting to question, like, hey,
that's an Achilles injury, bro. You can't rush an Achilles injury, bro. Let's take his time. He need to take his time, bro. I would not rush that injury.
But at the same time, it's like, hey, we don't know how long this duo is going to stay together here in LA.
This is what I will say. I would rather tank this season than rush AD back. I would rather the Lakers just not even make the playoffs or get into a play-in position than rush AD back, because that can cause future consequences for your team. Because if he comes back and you rushed him back and he gets an Achilles injury, now he's out for the rest of this season and he's going to be out for the rest of next season. So you can't rush somebody back from an Achilles. That's a tricky situation right there, especially what we've seen with KD. KD in his situation, they tried to rush him back. We seen what happened. You know what I'm saying? And he missed the end of that season and the next season. I think it could be the same thing with AD. So I would slow it down with AD. Take his time. And
True.
And I think, and I agree with you that they will fall back into the 7th or 8th seed in that Western Conference. I think without both of their star players, they're going to lose every game. I put it for 2 Wild Wednesday. I really think they're going to lose every game. They got dubbed by the Pelicans last night. I'm like, this is going to happen more and more, bro. I can't see them winning a game without Bron.
So you feel like they're going to go on a Houston run of 20 lost games?
I mean, they say AD's supposed to be back in a month, so you got 3 games every week. About a 12-game losing streak. Something like that. About a 12-game losing.
Consistently 12 games in a row?
Yeah.
Nah.
Now, bro, who are they beating in the Western Conference? Who are they beating? No AD, no Bron?
They're going to win a game that they just shouldn't win. I'm telling you right now. They're going to win a game just on a random Tuesday night. They're going to play the Kings or something, and they're going to end up winning or something like that.
Man, I'm telling you. Because the team is so... They need LeBron. LeBron is the system of this team. Or you need AD. Somebody has to be the playmaker for this team. I feel like they don't have any playmakers other than Dennis Schroeder at this point. So with no playmakers, you really just have nothing but shooters and quote-unquote perimeter defenders. Nobody to make plays, no shot creators. So you really left out there with KCP you depended on. We can maybe see Taylor and Horton Tucker drop some buckets. But other than that, bro, it's like, who are we getting from? We don't even know if Montrezl Harrell, that's another name who's been in the trading block news, rumor mill. So we don't even know if he will be there next week. And that's where you're getting a lot of your points from now. So I think they're losing every game, even to the Kings.
I don't know. I think you're wild with that one. That is a stretch.
Hey, until AD come back, I don't see no dubs. But let's talk about the other injury, the biggest injury in my opinion, bro, because he was so exciting. I was watching almost every game with the Hornets. How do you feel about the LaMelo injury, bro? And where do you see the Hornets going from here?
The Hornets, I feel it's the East. So I feel the Hornets still have a chance to make the playoffs. Do I see them possibly winning a playoff series without Melo? No. But I feel like Melo will low-key be back sooner than expected. I don't feel like it's a serious fracture. Granted, it's a fracture regardless to your wrist. And if you're a shooter, obviously that's a problem. But I feel if they make the playoffs, Melo will have more than enough time to be ready and back, hopefully. So I feel they can still have a chance to make the playoffs for the first time in, 10 years, damn near, since Charlotte has been in the playoffs?
It's 2015, because I remember they had played the Heat in the first round, and D-Wade
That was 2015?
2015.
That couldn't have been 2015.
Yeah.
Braun was back in Cleveland. Braun was back in Cleveland in 2015.
Yeah. And it was D-Wade. It was D-Wade was still with the Heat.
I'm thinking of the
2016,
Bobcats.
2015 or 2016.
Bro, I'm thinking of the Bobcats. I
Because
forgot.
I remember he was shooting. I remember D-Wade was shooting and he was talking to some dude in a purple shirt going back and forth.
Nah, I know what you're talking about. Nah, I'm thinking of the Charlotte Bobcats.
Bobcats have been around since like 08.
No, they played in the playoffs in what you call it? They were the AC. It was like 20,
and they were the Bobcats then?
I think 2011, 2012, possibly 20. It might have been 2011. Possibly. That's what I'm saying. Like it had to be 10 years ago. I was thinking of the Bobcats.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Because that's when Braun had the mask. The nigga dropped like 61 or some shit like that.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that was the Bobcats. Yeah.
I was like, who the hell are the Charlotte Bobcats? It's the Hornets.
Yeah. But I think they're gonna tumble, bro. I think it's a tight Eastern Conference right now. It's like from 4 to like 10th place. It's only like a couple of games in between all of those teams right now. And I think LaMelo was really the straw that stirred this whole drink. So without him, I think they take a real tumble. They still have talented pieces on the team.
I'm about to say you still got Scary Terry, you still got Gordon Hayward. That's why I say I feel like they could still maintain a playoff spot. Will it be like the 5th or 6th seed where it is right now? I can picture them dropping to the 8th seed and having to have a play-in game, but I still feel like they could definitely still make the playoffs.
Yeah, but like I said, though, it's only a couple of games. So if you slip a couple of games, you could be out of the playoff picture completely. And that's how I feel like it's going to be. They're not going to have the same type of momentum, especially when they've been relying on LaMelo the whole season. And he's been showing up big this whole season. So he was obviously going to be Rookie of the Year, not unanimous, but he was still going to be Rookie of the Year. So yeah, got to give him his flowers, bro. Hopefully he comes back sooner than expected. We all want to see him back for sure. All right. But after talking about all these injuries, we have a wide open MVP race right now. So who is leading it?
I feel Damian Lillard is leading the MVP race right now with Joel Embiid out and LeBron James. It's just wide open for Damian Lillard to get it at this point. Portland is 5th place in the West. I feel like out of all the MVP candidates right now, he has the best place spot for his team. I feel like he's been underappreciated when it comes to the MVP race, especially this season leading up until now. And it's sad that 2 players had to get hurt for him to get this nod to be a top 3 candidate for the shit. But I feel Dame Time is definitely the lead candidate for MVP right now.
And I want to say this, bro, because I see a whole lot of people saying, oh, Giannis should be in the conversation, this, that, the third. No, we are not giving Giannis no more MVPs until we see something in the playoffs, bro.
For real,
we
bro.
We done gave that nigga 2 MVPs and he came up short how he did last year. Almost got swept. We're not giving that nigga an MVP. I don't care what kind of stats he putting up, truly. Because we've already seen for years how they be doing Braun, and Braun should have actually gotten those MVPs. So we not going to give it to a nigga that doesn't do anything in the playoffs. So stop saying Giannis, bro. We not giving that nigga another MVP until he does something.
And that's why I said it before. Should we just wait until the playoffs are over to give the MVP award? Even if you don't, I don't want to say even if you don't fully count, because I feel like the finals MVP is its own thing by itself. But I feel like throughout the playoffs, you can still pick a player that maybe turns it on in the playoffs that didn't really have the ability to turn it on during the regular season. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like we hold certain players to that mantle now. Like you said, with Giannis, we don't care what you do in the regular season no more because you always choking in the playoffs. So I don't want to give you a regular season MVP because what you're doing postseason. So that's why I say we might as well give it after the postseason at this point if we're going to hold the great players to that standard.
I'm gonna go back to what KG said. KG had said this on I think it was on the All the Smoke podcast. They used to not give out the MVP trophy until it was conference championship time, like the conference championship time. So they said if you came up short, if you were the MVP of the regular season, they waited until if you made it to the conference championship. If you made it to the conference finals, then it's like, okay, now we can give it to you. But if you did not make it to the conference finals, they were going to give the MVP to somebody else. That's how they used to do it. I feel like they should go back to that method. The same thing with Giannis last year. If Giannis didn't get to the conference finals, he shouldn't have been MVP, period. I don't care what y'all saying, regular season award, none of that. He shouldn't have got MVP, especially what we seen Bron do. And it should be the same thing. You should have to get to a certain point in the playoffs for you to get MVP. That's how it used to be. That's how it should be again. We have to stop relying on regular season. I just don't agree with that at all, bro. So I can see
like how Kuzma said, if we just doing off regular season shit, Bron supposed to have like 8, 9, 10 of these bitches.
They moved the goalposts, bro. They moved the goalposts. Oh, yeah. And that's what they do. That's what they do all the time.
With him, they always move the goalposts. I don't be worried. I really don't. I'm like, hey, it don't matter if he winning or not. He finna be in the finals or conference finals anyway. So he really don't care.
And that's more impressive. Like, man, yeah, MVPs are great. I don't want to just decrease the value of an MVP. MVPs are great and it's going to be on your legacy forever. But you want the finals MVP at the end of the day. That's the real goal. You know what I'm saying? So LeBron has how many finals MVP? 4 of them?
4.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that nigga's fine, bro. Those are bigger than the 4 MVPs, regular MVPs that he got. But the person leading the MVP for me would be, I would give it to James Harden just for what he's doing with the Brooklyn Nets. Love what I see from Harden. I hear a lot of people trying to discredit him because the first 2 weeks he played for the Rockets. It's like, I don't even think about that because what he's been doing.
I don't think about that. Yeah,
I don't think about that shit at all. Because what he's been doing with the Nets has been so impressive without KD. Without KD, he's been carrying this team. He feel like he's putting up 25, 10, and 15 every night. And I think he is the best player in the NBA right now. You have to give him his flowers, bro. And I think this is the season where everybody is starting to appreciate James Harden and his game this season. So why not give him the MVP to put a cherry on top? I will have Dame at 2, and I will have Jokic at 3. It's really a battle between 2 and 3 because Jokic is higher in the rankings. So you could flip-flop Dame and Jokic. But I'll just have Jokic at 3 because I fuck with Dame. So it's some bias involved. Definitely some bias involved. All right, bro. Let's move forward with this last sports topic. The Deshaun Watson allegations. So we heard earlier last week that Deshaun has been accused of messing with 16 females for sexual misconduct. I'm hearing a lot of things right now. I don't really believe that they're true. How do you feel about the situation that you're seeing right now?
I also do not believe it's true. I just feel like it's very awkward in this point in his career with him really trying to get out of Houston, with him really trying to force a trade, with the possibility and speculation that he could sit out, that all of this just now comes out of nowhere. Like, this isn't the highest point in Deshaun Watson's career. He hasn't been on a win streak recently. This isn't one of those situations where everything is going right and now this one thing is going wrong. I feel like this is a situation where, you're trying to make these higher up people you're trying to make them force their hand, and they're forcing a different hand by having all this stuff come out of nowhere. So that's how I personally feel. I just think it's very coincidental that all of these allegations just coming out the damn blue. Because it ain't like he signed for a major bag yet or nothing like that, and all of this is happening. This is happening before he even signs a big contract. So I just think it's crazy. Last year.
And that's what I think this could be too. It could be a money grab. I think it could be a money grab. But the funniest thing, but I do want to say this though, because if the 16 girls were actually done wrong in this situation, I want to take out what I said because obviously he would be a disgusting nigga at that point. But I still don't believe that it is true. But the trickiest thing about this whole situation that all 16 women in this situation are represented by the same lawyer. The lawyer is a friend of the Texans owner. How is that? And he's a neighbor of the Texans owner. Is that not a coincidence, bro? That they all have similar stories as well. It's like, bro, what are we talking about right now? Can we not point the pieces together and see that the shit is going wrong right here? And it's funny because the Texans have been pretty damn quiet on this situation. They haven't said anything about the allegations. Usually when allegations come out, you at least get a statement from the team. We haven't seen a statement from the team. It's just like, this shit is a real tricky situation right now. And you say nothing? When he tried to get out of here, It's Deshaun Watson is doing this in the streets. It's like, damn, this is real weird, bro.
Because one thing I always hated about this type of situation, I totally agree with you. If he has done any of these things, you need to be locked up. Like, you're sick at that point. Nobody wants to support anything as far as rape, sexual misconduct, none of that. But I just think it's real funny how the numbers just keep rising. In my head, the more numbers that add up, I feel like the less believable this shit is. Like, now, if it was like 2 or 3 people, I'd be like, whoa, like, this is crazy. But it went from 2 to 3 to 8 to 10 to 12 to 16. I'm like, come on, bro. Somebody got to be lying,
bro. How many times is he going to this spa or this parlor or whatever to get a blowjob?
Exactly.
Like, how many times is he going to this place? That's what we really have to ask, because that's what he's getting accused of, trying to force oral sex on himself by all the people that massage him. That's what they're accusing him of. So how many times does this nigga go to get a massage from this place?
I'm like, come on, bro. Like, it ain't no way, bro. No, I just refuse to believe it. If it comes out to be true, then hey, it is what it is.
That shit is just so crazy. How them niggas will throw your name through the dirt, because this will always be on Deshaun Watson. Like, this is nothing he can just throw to the side. This will always be attached to him. It's going to be on his wiki page, his bio page, that he was involved with some sexual misconduct or was accused of it at least. So it's like, bro, you fucking up my legacy because you don't want me to leave the city? Come on, my niggas. This is what I be talking about. Y'all be wanting players to make a scene just to get out of a city. Just let them niggas leave. Why are y'all forcing them niggas to play for your team, running their name through the dirt, doing all this extra shit? Just cut the ties clean.
These like Big Sean said, it only take one time to fuck up your whole Wikipedia.
Damn, that's real, bro. Now my nigga wiki is already fucked up at this point. I had just looked him up earlier today, and it's all on his wiki at the bottom. I'm like, these niggas fuck up my nigga legacy, bro. That shit trifling, dog. It really is. But let's move on to 2 Wild Wednesday. What we got for 2 Wild Wednesday, bro? Read them up for us.
The first one, Loyola Chicago will make it to the Final Four. Too wild or not too wild?
Oh, we already talked about it. Not too wild at all. Not too wild.
I agree. Not too wild. I don't think they're a Cinderella story, but they're definitely a underdog team no matter who they go up against. But they play hard as hell. They play with a lot of heart. Shout out to Sister Jean. She always come with the prediction.
Once again.
Not too wild. Won that poll 75%. Next one. We talked about this one already too. If the Heat acquire Kyle Lowry, they'll be the biggest threat to the Nets. Too wild or not too wild?
Not too wild. I think they will.
I said not too wild as well. I don't think they'll be the biggest threat, but they have the chance to be. So that's why I said not too wild. I feel like it might be one other team, but I still give them not too wild for that.
The Sixers are the only team that I really feel like could be up there, because I'm not scared of the Bucks. I'm not scared of the Celtics. They still going through their shit. It's really the 3 teams are the Heat, the Nets, and the Sixers. Those are 3 teams I just see that can push far in the playoffs.
And 58% not too wild won that poll. This one pretty easy. The biggest upset of the NCAA tournament first weekend was
that was Abilene. I said it was Abilene. Abilene Christian beating Texas was crazier than Oral Roberts, bro. I really believe that, because
I don't know, bro.
It was the difference in personnel that was different, because I watched that whole Texas and Abilene Christian game. Abilene Christian had no scorers. They were just getting scoring off hustle points. They were a tenacious defensive team, but offensively they could do nothing. The thing about Oral Roberts, they can keep up with you offensively, bro. They have 2 studs on offense in A. Smith and O'Banner, and they have shooters all over the place. So you were obviously surprised by Oral Roberts, but you can make a case for it. When I see it with Texas and Abilene, I was just like, I could have never expected that in my wildest dreams that they would have got upset.
I chose Oral Roberts over OSU, but I definitely see your point with Abilene beating Texas. That definitely was a shock to me as well. I seen more of the Oral Roberts OSU game too, as opposed to the Abilene Texas game. So that's probably why I'm choosing the one I'm choosing. But I don't doubt anything that you're saying with that. But Oral Roberts over OSU won that poll 72%. So.
It's probably the same thing what you just said. A lot of more people paid attention to that game, because when Abilene Christian won, it wasn't like a lot of hype around it. I don't feel like
right.
Texas, I don't know what it was, but a lot of people wanted OSU to lose, and there was a lot of fanfare around that. So yeah,
hey, their celebrations got more views than the actual games. Because dude was putting the Texas sign upside down. Like, damn,
that shit was crazy, bro. Did you see that coach's lip, bro? Oh
yeah,
I was like, that shit was so disgusting, bro. That nigga had some shit on his lip. Oh my god, he should have kept his mask on.
The Lakers will lose every game without LeBron and AD. Too wild or not too wild?
Not too wild. Like I said, they just got dubbed 30-piece by the Pelicans last night. I expect more.
Man, too wild. Not too wild won this poll 60%. Y'all crazy as hell for saying this. But I say too wild because I honestly feel like it's the NBA. Somebody is going to have an off night, and this depleted Lakers team will beat someone. They're going to beat someone. I don't know who. Someone. I really don't care who they beat. I'm just telling y'all, these are still NBA players at the end of the day.
Nigga said
they're going to win at least one game. On to the next one. Who will win the next versus battle? The Isley brothers or Earth, Wind, and Fire?
Gotta go with Isley brothers, bro. We just had a conversation. I had them for my Pastor Ox last week. I think the Isley brothers got more fire in their pocket, bro. And I know more Isley brothers too.
I love both of these groups, but I feel like Earth, Wind, and Fire might get that though. I ain't gonna lie to you,
bro. This one of the best ones that they have. Yeah. Bro. This gonna be neck and neck. It ain't gonna be no blowout either way. It's not gonna be a blowout. But I just know more Isley brothers, and I'm biased toward the Isley brothers for sure.
And this damn near the closest poll we got out of all the polls. This poll was 53% Earth, Wind, and Fire. So it's real close. It's real close.
Solid. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. When is that one? Is that April 4th?
I believe so. It's next month April for 4th. Sure. I can't remember which weekend, but next one. LaMelo Ball should win Rookie of the Year unanimously, even though he will miss the rest of the season. Too wild or not too wild?
Too wild. I think he should still win Rookie of the Year, but unanimously. I do not think that. I think Anthony Edwards should get some love this season. I think
I'm not trying to take nothing away from Anthony Edwards, but what LaMelo Ball is doing or has done leading up to this injury is phenomenal, bro. You said it yourself. Is this the most impactful rookie that we've seen since a D-Rose, since a LeBron? Like, that's not too crazy to ask. So I feel the way he has his team in playoff position and really
but they played the whole season, right, bro. They played the whole season.
But I'm saying though, bro, like he got his team in such good spots right now with where they could still make a playoff run, as opposed to Anthony Edwards. Yeah, you snap him, but your team is trash. Like I feel win percentage should count in this situation and where you are placed with your team. Granted, you can make an argument that the Hornets have more talent than Minnesota, but at the end of the day, you still got to win games. LaMelo Ball is the focal point of this team, and I feel he should still unanimously win it. I was already mad as hell that Ja Morant didn't unanimously win last year because one person just wanted to vote Zion Williamson. Don't do that again this year. LaMelo Ball should have no votes outside of himself. He should get all votes to himself. But no, not too wild. Won that poll 65%. Next one. Kawhi's legacy is damaged if he doesn't get to the finals with the Clippers. Too wild or not too wild?
I will say no. I don't think so. I think Kawhi's legacy is cemented, bro. I think it's cemented. Winning 2 championships, he carried that one team, that Toronto team, to a championship. Nobody really expected them to beat the Warriors that season. He's a 2-time champion, 2-time Finals MVP, Defensive Player of the Year. I think he's cemented, bro. I don't think it will be tarnished.
I had to say not too wild. If you don't at least get to the finals, not saying you got to win, but if you don't at least get to the finals with the Clippers, after all the commotion you caused that trade season, and after the commercial of you the new king of LA, and the way y'all just came in and had the whole NBA nation saying that LeBron reign in LA ended earlier than expected, all of that just for y'all to lose the way y'all did in the bubble last year and possibly still not make it this year because of everybody else that's getting better? I don't know, bro. That Kawhi legacy in question, if you ask me. Not taking nothing away from what he already did, but he still has a lot more years to play. So I feel like unless they just either get there this year or after this year, if they don't, somewhere in the near future, if he goes back to back somehow, some way, if you don't win in LA at all, your legacy is tarnished a little.
He's gonna have the excuse of what most of the league is going to have. LeBron was in my way. It was nothing I could do. LeBron was. That's what most of the league is going to have an excuse with.
But there's people out there who are saying that Kawhi is a better player than LeBron. Or over the past 2-3 years, there have been several people who've been saying you could put Kawhi over LeBron. So can you really say LeBron was in my way if you have so many people saying that you low-key better than him anyway? Like, come on now. I don't know. We can't give him that pass. Because the same way LeBron was in that first year in Miami, when he had that meltdown in Dallas, LeBron legacy was low-key tarnished at that point. He had to do a complete 180. Like, bro,
but he didn't win before that point, though, bro. He didn't win before then.
That's true, but you were already being compared to the GOATs before your first chip, bro. And then you get the opportunity for your first chip and you melt down the way you did. Bron had to do a whole 180. He's like, hey, I can't lose no more. I got to go 10 years in a row at this point and win half of these bitches. So.
But we already know it's a different standard for Bron anyway. And I think Kawhi Leonard has already exceeded expectation. It's not like he came into the league supposed to be the next LeBron or whatever. He came into the league as a defender, and he's made himself one of the best players in the NBA, which nobody expected, and a two-time champion. So I think he's already exceeded expectations. So to knock him down a couple of notches because he didn't beat Bron or didn't get to the conference finals, it's just like we nitpicking at that point. He wasn't supposed to. He exceeded expectations, and it's a different standard for Bron. So I don't think you can compare him to Bron when it's just a different standard.
But even with KD, I don't want to say KD legacy has been tarnished at all. But you know, everybody look at KD sideways because of the whole Warrior situation. So I feel like people going to at least look at Kawhi sideways, even if it ain't tarnished. I feel like they're gonna look at him sideways if you don't win in LA. So I don't know, but Not Too Wild won that poll 61%. Who would win in a movie versus Morgan Freeman or Lawrence Fishburne? I said Lawrence Fishburne with this, but Morgan Freeman.
For sure, Lawrence Fishburne is winning. He has more classic movies, dog. He really does. You can say Shawshank Redemption and all that other shit for Morgan Freeman, but I can roll through all the classics. Most of the 90s classics, Lawrence Fishburne was in them shits.
Bro, all the people that voted Morgan Freeman on this, I'm pretty sure everybody just gonna say the movie God. That's it.
And somebody had commented that what was the percentage on that?
77% Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, so some old girl had commented that she wanted to switch her vote to Fishburne down there. She said she wanted to switch it to Fishburne.
It's crazy though because Lawrence Fishburne played Ike Turner, and I've never been more excited to see him.
That's what I'm saying. He should win for that. He should win for that alone, bro. He should win for that alone.
I've never been more excited to see somebody play an abuser. Like I've never been more excited.
Bro, and we still think this nigga. Some people still think he's Ike to this day.
I thought he was Ike Turner. Bro, that meme of him looking like that—that's the funniest shit. I swear to God,
bro, and you can't forget the classics. You can't forget the classics like Deep Cover, Higher Learning, Boys in the Hood, bro. The Matrix series,
Akeelah and the Bee.
Akeelah and the Bee. Come on, bro. We can keep going on and on with this nigga, but I would take him. John Wick series. Nigga was in John Wick's too. So I was like, bro, he's in a lot of this shit, bro. And I got to give it to Lawrence Fishburne for sure. Contagion. That was a good movie too. That was a great movie. True. Contagion. But yeah, I would definitely go with Fishburne.
We already had this convo. Who's the leading MVP candidate right now for the NBA? I said Dame. You said Harden. Jokic is winning that poll right now, though, 42%. I ain't really mad at that.
No, I ain't.
And last one. Which childhood TV channel had your loyalty? Cartoon Network, Disney Channel, or Nickelodeon?
I had said Cartoon Network, and I see a lot of people who have voted for Cartoon Network as well. Bro, that junk had me wrapped up till I was 10, dog. I didn't return to any other channel until I was 10, bro. You had Courage the Cowardly Dog, Ed, Edd and Eddy, Billy and Maddie. It was too much shit. Codename Kids Next Door.
Next Door.
You had too much shit on Johnny
Powerpuff
Bravo.
Girls, Johnny Bravo, Teen Titans.
You had too much shit on there, bro. You had too much shit on Cartoon Network. It's crazy.
But I'm one of them people. I watched all of it. I watched Cartoon Network. I watched Disney Channel. I watched Nickelodeon. I watched everything, bro.
I ain't watch everything. I didn't.
But the reason, a big reason why I voted Cartoon Network on here. By the way, Cartoon Network winning the poll 53% right now. But Cartoon Network played anime too. And I'm an anime person, like Dragon Ball Z, Bleach, Naruto.
Pokemon.
So not only Pokemon should
That's
be
anime. I know y'all be trying to scoot it out. That's anime.
I agree. No, I agree. Like they should have counted that as anime, but they counted.
What was that other card movie, bro? It's not with a Y.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah, that was another one. Yeah.
So it's like during the day and at night you got cartoons, like all the ones you just said, but then late night, like 11 to 4 or 5 in the morning. Yeah, Boondocks. Oh, Boondocks. I'm gonna say this now. Boondocks should count as a black anime. But
for sure.
But you from like 11 to 4 to the next morning, you get anime, you get Dragon Ball Z, you get Bleach, you get Naruto, you get all this shit. I'm like, so you got anime plus cartoons? I gotta vote Cartoon Network on that.
For sure. And it's funny because I didn't watch a lot of that Nickelodeon shit. That's why I didn't know about shows like the Static Shocks, the Invader Zims, because I was really on Cartoon Network the whole time, bro.
Invader Zim is so underrated, bro.
Bro, so underrated, dog. That junk is on Hulu.
Underrated.
Definitely check that out. It's on Hulu. I definitely rewatched all of that
but
shit.
Nickelodeon had a lot of we all know about Disney. Disney got everything. But
for the movies, yeah, movies was lit.
A lot of people sleep on Nickelodeon because you got Hey Arnold, you got Rugrats, you got I like the daytime Ren and Stimpy. Ren and Stimpy at night was way different than Ren and Stimpy during the daytime. Cow and Chicken.
Cow and Chicken was graphic as fuck, bro. Looking back at it.
What you call it? Rocket Power.
I remember Rocket Power.
Oh my.
What's that one dude used to draw? He used to draw his life and shit. He has to have
Chalk Zone.
Chalk Zone. Yeah, I remember Chalk Zone. Yeah,
my life as a teenage robot.
Ginger, you had Ginger. It was on there.
As Told by Ginger.
Yeah.
What else?
That shit was lit. That shit was lit.
A lot of people might not remember the show, The Ugly Martians. A lot of people don't remember The Ugly Martians. What? every morning before school, it was dark as hell outside because it was there early in the morning. I'm watching Ugly Martians eating cereal before I go to Southside.
Ugly Martians, man. I'm surprised Disney Channel. What was the Disney Channel percentage?
Disney Channel was second, I think. Hold on.
Oh, it was second. I was about to say. Because That's So Raven was controlling niggas' lives at that point. That's So Raven, you had the Cheetah Girls.
Definitely.
Raven Simone was on everything back then.
Disney Channel was 37% and Nickelodeon was 10%.
Wow. Nickelodeon was definitely slept on then. Definitely slept on. That's it?
Yeah, that was it.
Man, that brought back some memories right there. All right, social media wants to know. All I was talking about was the upcoming VERZUZ. But I wanted to talk about the other one you had sent me. It was the SWV and the Escape one is coming up soon. So who you got coming out of that?
I still don't know. I'm still hyped. I'm probably gonna say Escape right now. Escape low key got more hits.
Yeah.
SWV is so talented, and I feel like they slept on a lot of times because I love both. But I'm going with Escape.
For sure going with Escape. They had Tiny. Tiny was blowing back then. She was going crazy. So yeah. And I was literally just listening to them.
It's on Denisha's birthday too. Theirs is on May 8th. So yeah, Saturday, May 8th.
Damn, it's a month away. I thought that was next month.
But VERZUZ, they came out with like throughout the next couple months over the summer. They're like one by one, like every other day or so, they're gonna tell you like what are the upcoming VERZUZ battles. So those are the two. Those are the two we know about right now: the Isley Brothers and Earth, Wind and Fire, and Escape and SWV. And I'm sure within the next week or two, they'll probably say another one.
Man, that's dope. All right, bro. Let's move on to entertainment and current events. What I wanted to talk about first is basically what we talked about last week. Them controversy. A lot of people are basically saying what we said about the Mallory Bros and that topic of we're getting the same type of shit, trauma related. Yes, the trailer looks good. Yes, most people will watch it, but that's not the point. The point is, why are we getting the same type of shows over and over and over again? And how did you feel about the whole situation?
I'm ready for the movie. I totally agree with what you were saying, and when we had the conversation and everything, I'm in a total agreement with you. But until it changes, like I just have to take what we're getting right now, and what we're getting is the trauma.
But that's the point, bro. That's the point. We have to say something about. We have to say something about this. Why are we getting the same shows?
Definitely,
we have to say something about this.
I mean, shit, it's put out now, so I ain't got no choice but to accept it because it's already put out. So I am ready for it. I thought it was gonna be a movie, but they say it's a series. So I feel like it probably would have been better as a movie. I don't know how I feel about it being a series. I feel like it's gonna be drug out, but I still feel like it's gonna be pretty good. It looks like we might win. I don't feel like it's a situation where we'll lose. So
they bit Lovecraft though, bro. On the trailer, look like they just bit Lovecraft.
Yeah,
literally the same thing, bro. It looked like, I'm like, damn, bro. Like, what are we doing here? Once again, trauma filled, the racism involved. Like I said, I love Lovecraft Country. So it's nothing that I want to say that I don't like trauma, but we're just getting so much of it that we're not being creative or original with anything, especially when she's literally biting off of Lovecraft and Us and Get Out. And if you look at the picture of the poster, it literally looks just like the Us poster. I'm like, you biting everything. You biting everything. It's like, I knew Jordan Peele shook up the whole film industry, but I didn't know he shook it up like this. That we have to get this shit year after year after year, my nigga. When there's so many other things that we could be doing, bro. It's too much, dog.
So I seen somebody say in a tweet earlier, they said something about, can we just get a coming of age movie for Black people? Like, that's it. In this day and age,
something different.
Not no 90s
shit. At this point.
Somebody said we have to understand the 90s at this point was 30 years ago. Like, we have to stop making 90s type movies when we make love movies. Make a movie of today's time, of like a regular coming of age movie or a goofy movie or something, like just a regular ass movie. Like we said, some regular shit. So,
and did you hear that 99% of the writers and directors are white? Which is crazy. I feel like it was for them. Yeah, for them.
Wow.
That's crazy because it was different with Lovecraft. I'm pretty sure the people were Black for Lovecraft. So you're getting a whole different type of vibe with this show, bro. So I don't like what I'm getting from this.
With Lovecraft, I don't even want to fully count that as feeding us trauma because
because it was creative though. It was so much involved. It was so much involved.
It was so off the wall. Like, you got magic and monsters. You're battling the racism, but they were teaching us Black history while they were doing it. And we were getting all the magic and shit on the side. So I don't feel like it was a situation where you could point at Lovecraft and be like, that's trauma. Maybe like 15-20%, but the rest of that shit was great television.
But that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, it's cool to have some type of controversy or trauma as long as you're creative with it. But most of these shits are just showing us trauma with no, like, this show I don't see any creativity with it. Like, I feel like in the Lovecraft trailers, I seen like monsters and I was like, what the fuck? So I already knew it was going to be some off the wall shit with Lovecraft when I had seen it. So, and obviously we got that. And it's probably the best show I've ever seen, but damn, just to bite it off like that is crazy, bro. We got to get something different. And we said it last week. We have to start producing our own movies, bro, because the white man is going to keep pushing this shit in our face to remind us what it was like to be in the 60s or whenever, when we was really getting traumatized with the shit that they were going through back in the 60s and before then, and shit still going on to this day. Like, we got to get a different seat and get a Black man in this position who can actually pick and choose and actually can gatekeep what can go through and was green lighted. Let's move on, bro. What we got here with the Mike Tyson situation? Movie turn series, Jamie Foxx?
Yeah. If you guys haven't heard yet, Mike Tyson, Jamie Foxx will be playing Mike Tyson in his biopic series. It was originally supposed to be a movie. That's the crazy part about it. And I was very excited. I wanted it to be a movie. I'm not too sure how I feel about it turning into a series now. I feel like it might be a little dry. Jamie gonna act his ass off, but I feel like the story itself, the way it's gonna be told, I feel like it's gonna be kind of dry if we're just waiting episode after episode when you could have literally just gave us
it's a money thing, bro.
Biopic.
It's a money thing. Yeah. Like that's the only reason, because you get to see it the week after week after week, and that money gonna keep coming. Because you're gonna come to see Mike Tyson and you got Jamie Foxx playing. You're gonna come to watch that. But it would have been better. Like we seen Ali, we seen other biopics that were good in that 2 hour and a half. We're gonna watch the whole movie, but they just trying to get extra money out of it. That's the only thing I see here, bro. And it's unfortunate. But hopefully it's still good. Because I'm still picturing in my mind, like when Jamie Foxx was describing like the opening scene of when the shit was going down.
I don't feel like it's going. I don't think it's going to hit like that now. For the fact that it's a TV series, I feel like first off, it's gonna look different just based off how it's gonna be filmed. I think it's just not gonna have the same feel. I don't feel like we're gonna get that real movie presence. I feel like I'm gonna feel like I'm watching a television show. I hope not.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's crazy. But we got to give Jamie Foxx his props, though, man. He already won an Oscar with Ray, so this nigga can impersonate feel like everybody at this point, bro. Hey, shout out to Jamie Foxx for getting that back. I see he got his own show too. He got another show.
I was just gonna say that.
I forgot what it's called though.
no, I did too. But I'm saying though, like I heard he got his own show and all that stuff. Yeah,
yeah.
Like I think he won an award. He won an award for Soul too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. Nigga Jamie Foxx, boy, living legend. All right, let's move on to Least Don't Buy, the end of Saweetie and Quavo. Hey, if y'all don't know about this situation, Saweetie and Quavo broke up, and a couple of months ago, Quavo had gifted Saweetie a car. What was it? What kind of car was it? I forgot what it was.
I think it might have been a Bentley Bentayga, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was some type of Bentley. So he had ended up repoing the car. I think it was the night or the when she had exposed that they had actually broke up. He got the car that night and had sent it back to the dealership and got his money back for it. So how do you feel about this situation, bro? I think it's a great lesson to least don't buy, because you don't know what you're going to get with these females.
I don't even know what to say in this situation, because it's like, bro, Quavo, like, you my dog, but that was lame, bro. Like, don't do that, bro. Like, come on, bro. You was just gonna have to take that L and just keep paying on it. Like, just take that L. And just keep
but that's what I was wondering, bro, because I heard that he had some little like some little deal with the dealership, anyways, that he can like pay a certain amount and then he can like cut off his lease early. Like, so he made sure that, hey, nigga, if this shit don't work out, I'm gonna get my shit back. So he already knew if they broke up, he was gonna get his car back. It's not like he just thought this bitch up in the middle of the night, I'm gonna get my shit back. Like, he had this shit planned out. So I can't really blame him for it. And what would you do in that situation? Would you let her keep the car and you paying for it?
That's what I said. I just have to take the L. I would honestly just take the L and just keep paying.
That car is crazy amount of money, bro.
But you Quavo, you making crazy money off rip anyway. So
are they still getting money after like that? They ain't came up with an album in a minute.
But they get so much money outside of music too. It's not hers. It's his. It's very much his.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not mad at Quavo for taking back the car. I know y'all say he looked lame and all that. I'm not mad at him for getting. I feel like the way he did it was wrong. Getting that shit in the middle of the night.
There's no nice way to do it. No, there's no nice way to do it.
But you could at least told her, like, bro, I'm getting my car back. Like,
that would have made the situation worse, because then she would have messed it up and she would have purposely made it to where you couldn't take the shit back. He had no choice but to just go take the shit. There's no nice way to do it. Don't try to sit here and say that.
Bro, I'm just saying, bro, just getting it in the middle of the night so she wakes up to no car. Wakes up to no car. That's crazy, bro.
Because you was going to die if you would have tried to tell her that she was going to kill you. If you tried to go to her and tell her you taking your shit back, she was going to beat your ass. You might as well take it in the middle of the night. That's the only option.
That's the only thing I had wrong. I'm not mad at him for taking the car back, though. I'm not. He should have did that, because that's a crazy amount of money. You leasing a car when you're not even with this shit no more. It's like, nah. But if he would have bought, he would have been in some trouble.
That's what I said. Just take the L. Just take the L, bro. Just take the L and finish the payments. That way you could say the car yours at least all the way. Shit, it's yours regardless.
Ah, man. But let's move on to this situation, bro, with Pops. I heard they got a new Pops on Boondocks. And I heard that obviously we already know that John Witherspoon died. Definitely rest in peace. He died a couple months ago. And his son had ended up trying out for this role, J.D. Witherspoon. And he does a great impression of his father, but he didn't get the Pops role. But do you think they should still even have Pops on Boondocks? I feel like it would be better if they just let the character die with him. Like, I thought they were going to change it up with that dynamic.
I really did too. I was really hoping they just would have did that. Like, had season one, not season one, but the new season with the first episode be like a funeral for Pops or something like that. And Riley and Huey having to figure out how they going to go about life now without Pops. Like, I feel like that should have been the focal point of the new season. So them getting a new Pops, I just really hope this person know what he doing, know how he talking.
I heard it's King Batch.
I don't know then. I don't know. I just feel like this.
I heard it's King Batch.
I feel like you just get anybody at that point. Like
you are like King Batch. Like what for Pops?
I've never heard his Pops impression. His Denzel impression funny as fuck, but I've never heard his Pops impression. So I don't know.
I heard he's Pop. I would have rather them like get with an aunt or some shit. I feel like a grandmother or like a older aunt would have been just as funny in that situation, bro. Could have been making some similar jokes. Like, bro, you replacing Pops, that kind of hurt me when I seen that they replacing him. And when you didn't replace him with his son, that's kind of fucked up too, because he trying to do this for his father's legacy. Y'all don't get him roll.
I don't know. Just because he your son, he might not have been the best Pops person. Like, just because he your son, that may not.
But it should be some type of nepotism involved, bro. If the white people can have the nepotism, the black people should have nepotism too.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. But still, at the same time, though, I still feel like you still got to earn your shit, bro. You still have to earn your shit. No matter if that's your son. The same way other kids from stars have to audition for shit, and whether they get it or not, I feel like you still got to do that too. You still got to audition at the end of the day. We ain't just finna give you the shit just because that was your dad.
No, he auditioned.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, we'll give you the audition, but we ain't just finna be like, hey, do the audition, but you get in the part anyway. Like, no, we ain't gonna do that. Like, you gotta earn the shit.
That's crazy.
That's why it was the same. It was the same shit with DC Young Fly. DC Young Fly auditioned like 2 or 3 times to be the son in Coming to America, the new one that just came out, and he didn't get the part. The dude that we seen in the movie got the part, and everybody was complaining when they found out that it didn't end up being DC. But DC was like, "Hey, y'all don't need to be mad. Like, this young brother did a good job in the movie. Like, I gotta earn my shit. I don't want people just giving me roles just because I'm DC."
But there was no connection though. Like, DC had no connection
I'm just
to
saying.
The first. What's that? Come to America.
But I'm just saying, just for the fact that it's DC Young Fly, like, it's a star. That's what I'm saying. Like, no matter if you're a star or if you're the child of a star, I feel like you still gotta earn your roles regardless.
I don't know. King Batch, bro. We're gonna have to see about you, dog. Pops.
Oh yeah, I don't want to be King Batch though. Like,
Pops is a fucking legend, bro. Do you feel like this could ruin the vibes I'm getting from this, bro? Because I'm hearing
it's not gonna ruin the franchise. It's just they're just not gonna have.
Are they gonna keep it on that same level like they had it before? Like, y'all gonna be like actual like vulgar with this shit? Or y'all gonna tone it down for the society that we live in today?
No, you have to. If I don't want to watch Boondocks, if you tone that shit down. Like, the point of Boondocks and the point of South Park is to make fun of everything that people are sensitive about. That's why I will forever love Boondocks and I will forever love South Park, because they know how to hit everybody's like offensive spots. So I love shows like that.
Definitely. All right, but let's move on to some other news in television. Snowfall has been renewed for a season 5, but Snowfall is still going on midway through season 4. Do you think it was too soon to release this type of news?
Definitely too soon. As great of a show Snowfall is, and as much as we want another season, obviously, don't just do it in the middle of the season. Like, you're debunking so many theories by doing that. Like, you're kind of making the hype die down for the current season we're in, because I don't know. I just feel like, what if people are predicting Franklin to die at the end of this season, and then y'all just came out of nowhere with Franklin on the poster of season 5 saying season 5 coming? It's like, shit. Like, I ain't really worried now. I ain't scared about shit.
Exactly, bro. The threat is gone, bro. So yeah, I completely agree, but the threat is gone. Like, because I'm not even scared for Franklin no more. It's like, all right,
I'm not, because I'm like, okay, you're gonna survive out of it. If nobody else make it through this shit, you're gonna make it through.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, you good, my nigga. If you get shot at, I know you good. Like, you gonna bounce back, 50 Cent that shit or something. Yeah, that shit fucked me up. They released that too soon. Midway through, y'all gotta release that after, bro. You gotta wait. movie and show reviews. Y'all already know we got Snowfall reviews every Friday that's dropping. We got Falcon and the Winter Soldier that's dropping every Monday moving forward. We just dropped one on Tuesday, so definitely go ahead and check that out. We got to get back to the movie reviews as well. We're gonna have to review one. I want to do that I Care a Lot one. I heard good things about that. I Care a Lot.
Oh yeah, I
that probably would be the next
when
one.
I first watched it.
Yeah,
that shit was good.
Yeah.
You gonna like that shit. You gotta watch it. You gonna like that shit.
Yeah. So that's probably gonna be the next movie we review. But definitely look forward to those, bro. We're trying to get into it, man. Entertainment, movie reviews, show reviews. Definitely fuck with us, bro. Definitely fuck with us. And what you got for Past the Ox? Song of the week.
For Past the Ox, I got Black Love by Masego. Denisha put me on to this. She made a playlist for me. So
Blacklist.
Fucking with
Black
it.
Love, yeah. I fuck with that whole album.
Yeah, I've listened to it too. I've listened to both of the albums that he got on Apple Music, and I rock with him. And she had me watch his Tiny Desk performance and everything too. So
yeah, Masego been a beast for a long time. I remember back when he was rapping with Spazzy Rocket. I don't know if you know who that is, but he go by Xavier Omar right now. But he was blowing back then with Masego. So definitely shout out to Masego though. Definitely shout out to Masego. And I got Thanksgiving by Benny the Butcher. Definitely been funking that Benny the Butcher. We love Masego. Hell yeah, we all love Masego. Yeah, yes, sir. Shout out to Masego. And
I got two things I want to say before we end the show. First, we didn't get to say it at the beginning, but RIP to Elgin Baylor, NBA great, Laker great. If y'all don't know who Elgin Baylor is, before it was a Dr. J, before it was a Magic, like this was a dude who could do it all. Kobe even said like he did certain things that I would try to emulate, and he was just so graceful on the court. So RIP to Elgin Baylor. The Lakers had like a certain stitch on the recent uniforms they had with his name on it. So definitely rest in peace to a great. And number two, it's crazy how Future and Lloyd Harvey are now happy in relationships and quiet, and everybody else's relationships are ending up terrible.
That is coincidental, but it's funny, bro, because I want to go back to that Elgin Baylor point, because one story I just seen is what KD had posted. And he had said something about how he was in the military and in the NBA at the same time. And during the week, he was in the military, so he didn't play any games during the week. He just played on the weekends, and he still averaged like 33 and 19, something crazy shit like that, bro. I'm like, this nigga do nut shit.
It's the fact that we always make jokes about how niggas back then used to be hardware workers.
He really was. Nigga had a whole real job. That was his NBA was his part time. NBA was definitely his part time.
Niggas had whole jobs, but in the NBA.
We have come a long way, my boy.
We have, bro. It's crazy.
Have come such a long way. Yeah, bro. You can hit them with the social media.
You can follow us on Twitter at QE Podcast 1. You can follow us on Instagram at QANDE Podcast. You can follow and like our Facebook page. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click the notification bell so you can see anytime that we drop new episodes. Our email, QANDEpodcast@gmail.com for any business inquiries, questions, or concerns. And our Snapchat is QE Podcast.
Yes, and definitely subscribe to all of our podcast platforms. We're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. So definitely go ahead and subscribe. Subscribe to the YouTube QAnSign Podcast, and definitely subscribe to my YouTube. Type in Quincy Hicks into the search bar and definitely hit that subscribe button. We appreciate y'all for listening, and we out. Peace.